Welcome back to Comfort Talks Tuesdays. Welcome. Thank you for tuning back in this morning. Today we are diving into Proverbs 31 as well as Ruth and Naomi. I hope y'all are ready. Grab your coffee, grab your tea. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hi everyone. This is Comfort from Comfort Talks Tuesdays. I hope everyone is well. I just wanted to let you know and to bring your attention to Anchor, especially those that want to start their podcast. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and many, many more. It's very, very quick and easy and efficient. I hope you guys do try it. Thank you. Stay safe. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning back in. We are starting off our series with Ruth and Naomi. So as we've been just diving into this story in the Bible, we've seen different events so far, and I really want you to take your time to actually read the book of Ruth. It's very short. It's not that long. It's really not that long. You can finish this in a day, but I want you to take a look at it yourself. But so far, we've seen a lot of tragic events that have taken place. Naomi has lost her children, her husband. Ruth has also lost her husband. Naomi is the mother-in-law. And we see that there was someone named Orpah in the beginning. She was one of the daughter-in-laws when these tragic events happened and when everything just started going off. She decided, she's looking at how life is going so far, and just like most of us, she was like, okay, I need to call it quits. I think you are right that, I'm young. It's time for me to look for a different path to life. So she decides to leave Naomi. Naomi actually gives her the choice. Hey, you can leave if you want to, because right now my sons are gone. I can't give birth to another son. I'm old. You can go. But then we see Ruth clinging on to her like, no, your God is going to become my God, and I'm just going to follow you to death separates us. Literally like a marriage. Like, I'm not leaving your side. So her faithfulness to Ruth's faithfulness to Naomi set her in position to receive Boaz. This is what I mean. And like I said, I want you to just dive into this on your own. But Ruth then starts to work in the field. So she's helping Naomi. And Boaz, coincidentally, like I said, God is working behind the scene. I love God. He's working behind the scene. Even though you don't hear his name like in this story, he's working behind the scene. He's orchestrating everything that's happening. So Boaz is the family redeemer. So he knows Naomi. He's familiar. Naomi knows Boaz. Look at that. Coincidentally, right? God is working behind the scene. Always remember that. God is the center. So Boaz then says, Ruth, he said, Boaz went over and said to Ruth, listen, my daughter, stay right here with us when you gather grain. Don't go to any other field. Stay right behind the young women working in the field. See which part of the field they are harvesting and then follow them. I have warned the young men not to treat you roughly. So right now she's already received favor in the eyes of Boaz, right? And if you go down to verse 11, this is Ruth chapter 2. This is just verse 11. Yes, I know, Boaz replied, but I also know about everything you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband. I have heard how you left your father and mother and your own land to live here among complete strangers. May the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge, reward you fully for what you have done. Her serving Naomi has now positioned her and has found her favor in the eyes of Boaz. I'm telling you, when you start to serve God within your singleness, God is going to position you where you need to be. When we try to serve our community and we try to serve our church and we serve the people around us, God is going to see your faithfulness and he's going to reward you. Ruth was rewarded. She was literally like favor just came upon her because Boaz saw how hard she was working. She was not afraid to serve and give her all to Naomi and tend to the field. She was hardworking within our singleness. She was hardworking. She was doing what she got to do. And within that, God saw that. And she found favor within Boaz. And as you read the whole situation with Boaz, she lays at his feet, everything, then they get married, all that will come, but she served first before her Prince Charming came. Her serving positioned her in the right place. God positioned her in the right place. God saw her faithfulness to one woman. She gave up everything she could. She devoted herself and devoted her life to the woman and the woman's God. If we go into Proverbs 31, a lot of people read this verse and there's a lot of interpretations. Everybody wants to be that Proverbs 31 woman, but are people really willing to put in the work in their singleness? So as you read, you see that Proverbs 31, the woman is hardworking, trustworthy, she's trusting, she's loving, she's honest, she's strong, she's financially secure. There's a lot of things that go into the Proverbs 31 woman. We're going to just take bits and pieces because if I go through the whole thing, it's going to be a little too long. But we'll try to see how far we can go with this. So, she's trustworthy. The Proverbs 31 woman is trustworthy. So this also goes for my men that are in their singleness as well. As I'm trying to be trustworthy, are you also trustworthy? So this is like a partnership, right? So, trustworthy. Verse 11. This is Proverbs 31, verse 11. I'm just going to read it here. Her husband can trust her, and she will greatly enrich his life. So, honey, darling, are you trustworthy right now? Have you been working on yourself? In our singleness, we have to make it it's essential. It's crucial. You have to make it a mandate to work on yourself. Don't wait till the marriage. Do it now. Why are you waiting? You want to wait till you're partnered with someone to actually take a look at yourself and now work on yourself? No. Let's take our time now. So then you start asking yourself another question. Are you a hard worker? This is for both parts, female and male, within our singleness. Are you a hard worker? If you look at Proverbs 31 verse, we're going to look at 13, 17, and 27. So verse 13, she finds wool and flax and spins it. If you go into 17, she's energetic and strong, a hard worker. Verse 27, she carefully watches everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness. Are you being lazy within your singleness? This goes for both parts. Within our singleness, it's time for us to step up to the plate. It's time for us to assess our lives. And if we're wasting too much time, we need to address it. Are you just watching time go by, waiting for your future wife, waiting for your future husband, just waiting, sitting there and waiting? No. If she is looking for a hardworking person, she has to be hardworking herself. You cannot look for something that you don't have within yourself. We need to get out of that mentality, because some girls some females are looking for a six-figure man, but you yourself are not making any figures. I don't know how that's going to work. You have to get busy as well. So the Proverbs 31 woman, she's a hard worker. She's resourceful. She knows how to use her resources. If you go into verse 14, it says, she is like a merchant ship, bringing her food from afar. She uses her resources. She knows how to scope things out. She knows how to use things in the way that it needs to be used to find food. Are you making good use of your time? Do you have some time management skills for both parts? Are you able to use your 24 hours that God has given everybody? But a lot of us are using our 24 hours differently than others. Some people are making, strides. They're literally pushing forward. And others, they're just watching time go by. Within a marriage or within your purpose, you have to learn how to use time. You can't let time manage you. You have to manage it. Are we using our time wisely within our singleness? Like I said, we have all the time in the world. We are not partnered with anybody right now. We literally have the luxury of time. You may work, you may go to school, you may do other things, but you're literally by yourself. You don't have someone telling you, hey, you got to do this. No, it's you and God. Make use of your time. You should be able to establish a time to devote yourself to God, to like your devotional in the morning or at night, your prayer, reading a book, learning some new things, learning a new skill. Make good use of your time. She makes good use of her time, that Proverbs 31 woman. Are you financially secure? Are you financially able to manage yourself? If you look at verse 16, I'm going to read it here. She goes to inspect a field and buys it. With her earnings, she plants a vineyard. Are you able to handle money? Are you able to handle what you have now? This is for all of us. Within our singleness, don't wait till someone comes before you take care of these things. Are you able to use your money wisely? Are you able to take care of the little you have, or the however much you have? Are you kind? Are you filled with wisdom? If I speak to you, what is coming out of your mouth? Is it just, nothing, or is it something that is going to fill me up? You know what I mean? We have to fill ourselves up with God's wisdom. We have to ask God. This is one of my favorite ones. It says, there are many virtuous and capable women in the world, but you surpass them all. Meaning, within our singleness, it's time for us to develop ourselves. There are other women that are striving for this too, but you are special. You're different. You're different because you're looking at yourselves and you're checking all these things that, may be a hindrance within you, and you're working on them. And you're looking at yourself. Are you trustworthy? Are you hardworking? Are you resourceful? Are you able to manage your time? Are you kind to others? She's able to give to the needy. If you look at verse 20, as a man as well, like within your singleness, are you able to help others? Are you able to serve others? We all have to be willing to serve others. Is she filled with wisdom? Are you filled with wisdom? Both parts. And like I said, I have like one of my favorite ones. It says, charm is deceptive and beauty does not last. Beauty does not last. It will fade away. You will grow older on both ends. That's the beauty of life. We don't have this young face forever. But a woman who fears the Lord will be greatly praised. When you fear the Lord, when you have a certain kind of respect to take God's commandments and use it within your lives, and just a man who seeks God, who seeks the things of God, a man who's hardworking, a man who understands the ways of God, a man that is able to see his woman grow within these traits, a man who's able to trust the wife. Like, there's both parts, both ends. There are things that we all have to do within our singleness. We cannot waste our time doing nothing. This is our time to get started. This is our time, if you haven't started, to look at yourself. Are you trustworthy? Are you hardworking? Are you able to manage finances? Are you resourceful? Are you able to start a new skill? All those things. Just read Proverbs 31 yourself. And I just want us to now take the time to look at ourselves in a different way. God is calling us to devote our lives and to work on ourselves within our singleness and not to waste our time. And if you read Proverbs 31, verse 8, this is for King Lemuel himself. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those being crushed. Yes, speak up for the poor and helpless and see they get justice. So it just shows, like, is the Proverbs 31 man, is he caring? Is he willing to listen to others? Is he willing to speak up for what is right within his home or around him? Is he filled with is he able to withstand the pressures that come with life? Is he able to withstand the pressures that come? Is he able to lead? Are you a leader now? These are the things that we're looking at within our singleness. And like I said, it's something that we have to all work on both ends. But if we're looking, especially for within the Christian singleness, or if you're looking for a partner, a wife or a husband later on, you got to work on yourself now. And you're not working yourself just to be within the marriage, but you're working on yourself to be able to fulfill the purpose God has for you. Marriage is only part of it, but the destiny and the purpose that God has for you is also within that. So you're not just working on yourself for the marriage, but you're building endurance to finish the race that God has for us, like the race of finishing our destiny and the purpose that he has for us, to give him all the glory at the end of the day. So let's all start this. Singleness is great. It's amazing. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Work on yourself. I'm excited. It's been a wonderful journey, and I hope all of you are also enjoying the journey as well. And if you're not single, and if you're married, well, I hope this also helps as well. It's never too late. It's really never too late. But I would rather, if you are in this singleness season as of right now, when you have the luxury of time, a little bit more time than someone that's married, I would think this is just some things that you would start looking at. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope all of y'all have a great rest of your week. Take care.